What's up, baseball fans? Welcome to the channel. So in my last video, I talked about the KBO League, or the Korean Baseball League. You can see that video right here. I give you a rundown of kind of what it's all about, the history, some players to look out for, and the teams, and so on. But in this video, I'm going to go over my predictions for the KBO League in 2020. Real quick before I get started, subscribe down below, leave a like on today's video, comment what you think at the end. All of that will help this channel get out to more baseball fans. Alright, so let's get started. Coming in 10th, I have the Hanwha Eagles. The Eagles finished 9th last year, and while they did re-sign Warwick Sappold, who was decent last year, finishing with a 3.51 ERA, it won't help them much in 2020. Coming in 9th, I have the Samsung Lions. Winners of 4 straight titles from 2011 to 2014, the Lions don't have much going for them in 2020. After finishing in 8th last year and losing their best hitter, Darren Ruff, I see the Lions continuing to trend down. Coming in 8th, I have the Lotte Giants. The Giants finished in last place in 2019, even with the highest payroll. They did add former major leaguers Dan Straley and Adrian Sampson. While they didn't enjoy much success in the majors, they should be able to find greener pastures in the KBO. While I think those two will help, it will only be enough for the Giants to finish in 8th place. Coming in 7th place, I have the SK Wyverns. This team was looking very good towards the end of the 2019 season and were looking like they would secure a bye to the championship round. However, they suffered a late season collapse and ended up finishing as the 2nd seed and were swept in the playoff round by the Kaboom Heroes. This offseason, they didn't get much better, losing their 2 best pitchers, Kwang Hyun Kim and Angel Sanchez. This team reminds me of the 2011 Red Sox. That was another really good team that had a late season collapse and then did terrible the next season. I think the SK Wyverns suffer the same fate in 2020. Coming in 6th place, I have the Kia Tigers. For those of you that don't know, the Tigers are kind of like the Yankees of the KBO. They've won 11 championships in the 37 years of the KBO, which is the most in the league's history. However, they finished 7th in 2019. In the offseason, they did hire former Nationals manager Matt Williams to lead the team, and they did add major leaguers Aaron Brooks and Drew Gagnon, whose games should translate better in the KBO. In the end, though, I think while the Tigers show some improvement, they will barely miss the playoffs, finishing in 6th place. Coming in 5th place, I have the KT Wiz. I like the KT Wiz this year. They are the newest team in the league, being founded in 2013, and they have the youngest pitching staff. They did finish 6th last year, but they have a decent starter at the top of the rotation in William Cuevas, and they added former major leaguer Odrisamer Despayne. They also have Mel Rojas Jr., who hit 24 homers and drove in 104 runs in 2019. I think they take a step forward this year, and they make the playoffs the first time in franchise history. Coming in 4th, I have the NC Dinos. This team simply mashes. They led the league in homers in 2019 and finished 3rd in runs scored. The pitching was also decent, finishing 5th in team ERA. In the offseason, they signed Aaron Arthur. While he did strike out a lot, he has a good mix of power and speed. They also have Woo-Ji Young, who will be back after hitting 20 homers and having an OPS of 1.012. Coming in 3rd, I have the LG Twins. The Twins finished 4th in 2019 and are looking primed to take a step forward in 2020. They have 2 former major leaguers in Casey Kelly and Tyler Wilson, who both won 14 games and had sub-3 ERAs last year at the top of the rotation. The offense is still middle of the road, but they did add Roberto Ramos, who was blocked in the Rockies system last year by Ian Desmond and Daniel Murphy. He does strike out a bit, but he has enough power that can translate well in the KBO. Coming in 2nd, I have the Doosan Bears. The back-to-back defending champs will be a strong team yet again in 2020. They did lose MVP Josh Lindblom, who signed with the Brewers in the offseason, but they did add Raul Alcantara, who is basically a poor man's Kyle Hendricks. They also have one of the KBO's best hitters in Jose Miguel Fernandez. While he doesn't have much power and his game didn't pan out much in the major leagues, he doesn't strike out all that much, and his skills translate well in the KBO league because he can hit well into the gaps. Overall, they will take a slight step back, losing their best pitcher in Josh Lindblom, but I still think they will be a strong team. And finishing in 1st place, I have the Kaboom Heroes. I have the Heroes finishing as the best team this year. They were the runner-ups last year, being swept by the Bears in the Korean series. However, even with the youngest team in the KBO last year, they led the league in runs scored, and they had the 3rd best pitching staff. Even though they lost their RBI leader and former major leaguer Jerry Sands, they still have Hae-Sung Kim and former Minnesota Twin Byung-Hyo Park. they also have former major leaguers Eric Jokic and Jake Brigham returning to the rotation, who both won 13 games last season. I think the Kaboom Heroes take a step forward this year, finishing with the best record, and they will earn a bye to the Korean Series. So now here are my predictions for the postseason. In the wildcard round, I think the 4th seed NC Dinos and that really good offense will overwhelm the 5th seed, which is a young KT Wiz team, and they're making their first appearance in the postseason. In the semi-playoff round, I have the NC Dinos getting revenge on the LG Twins, who knocked them out in the wildcard round in 2019. While I do like the 1-2 punch of Casey Kelly and Tyler Wilson, I think the Dinos are going to have too much offense, and they will have just enough pitching to get by the Twins in a 5-game series. In the playoff round, I have the NC Dinos going up against the Doosan Bears. While the NC Dinos have a great offense, I think a very talented and experienced Bears team will be just too much for the Dinos, and the Bears will advance to the Korean Series to face the Kaboom Heroes in a rematch from the 2019 Korean Series. In the Korean Series, I think the Heroes will beat the Bears in 7 games. The Heroes will be more experienced this time around, and they will have just enough talent to match up with the Bears. In the end, the Kaboom Heroes, who came up short in 2019 and other years in the playoffs, will win their first ever championship. So those are my predictions for the 2020 KBO season. Tell me what you think down below in the comments. Who do you think will win this year? Who do you think will make the playoffs? Do you think there's going to be any surprising teams? Tell me about what players you think will be good this year. Tell me everything you think down below. Thanks for watching today. Have a great day.